Am I the asshole? For not allowing my daughter to wear something because it is ugly? Edit: I have to clarify here. This is not about my daughter being upset. She is not upset with me. She looked at it and said that I was right and she had not noticed. This is about the validity of the statements of my mill and husband. So I have a daughter who is 14. My husband is 41, and I am 38. My daughter, Courtney, is really into Y2K style right now. It's more Bratz dolls, less real early 2000s fashion. She receives a monthly allowance from us to have a little autonomy. Last week, she went to a thrift store with her older sister and bought the ugliest tie-dye mini skirt imaginable. It is brownish and honestly looks like she had a poop accident, as one of the stains is around her bum area. Yesterday she came down wearing that skirt. Her grandma said, "Absolutely not, that is too short, go change." My daughter started protesting and asked me about it. I said that the length was fine, but I did not want her to go out in something that makes her look like she had an accident. My mother-in-law started shooting daggers at me after I said that. My daughter went upstairs and changed into a pair of shorts. While she was up, she told me that it was inappropriate what I let my daughter do and that I was mocking her by what I said. Also, that I was showing her it is okay to be shallow and buy into trends. Honestly, I was not concerned until my husband came home, saying he agreed with his mother and he was not a fan of how I handled this. I am very confused. She is wearing normal girls' stuff, not scandalous. It is normal. But my husband said it is stupid that I draw the line at ugly. Am I the asshole? X200B. X200B. Not the asshole. Granny needs to keep her mouth shut. Parenting your daughter is your job. If she has concerns like the length of a skirt, she should speak to you, not your daughter. Your husband also needs to learn to back you up. You obviously have no issue with the skirt length, just the pattern. Info is it there is absolutely no way I'm letting you get out in something so ugly kind of situation. Or you should change, because this skirt looks like you pooped yourself. Nata. I say this as a former emo from 2010, let her experiment in her early teenage years and cringe in her 20s. I get Facebook notifications of my 12-16-year-old self and I cringe so hard I laugh, cry a little. My parents also let me wear basically what I wanted and just explained why they didn't like it and let me be. About the mill, you are the authority figure for your daughter, not mill, she needs to keep her comments to herself. About husband, as long as she's not out in cellophane wrap and 2 crackers, I don't see why he's so mad. Why is he mad at the objectively ugly skirt? Not the asshole. Apparently you people forgot what it was like to be 14. Say this girl wore the skirt to school. Can you imagine the damage it would cause to her self-esteem if one of her classmates decided to say it looks like she shit herself? Or in this day of social media, if one of them took a picture and plastered it all of Snapchat? You're bashing mom here all about the head but seemingly have zero problem with granny slut-shaming and telling her it was too short. There be some special folks on these threads sometimes. Not the asshole. I was once 14 and know how cruel teenage girls can be. If I wore a skirt that had that unfortunate stain, I'd want someone to address it to me. This seems to be more about the husband than the skirt. He wasn't there. But he is telling you you are not allowed to disagree with his mother. If you just give your opinion to your daughter, then let her decide whether or not to wear an item. That's the better way to go emo. She would probably be okay to consider your opinion. But don't dictate to her if she disagrees. Mill can think what she wants, she's not relevant. You can forbid her from wearing them and she'll likely sneak out and still wear them. You handled it fine. You said no and gave a valid reason why not, that your daughter understood and agreed with shorts. She's 14. It's too short is not an excuse anymore. And your mill can have her opinion, but how you raise your daughter is up to you. Nata. Nah, but I think allowing her to wear ugly clothes if she wants to is important for the same reason you gave her the allowance in the first place, to give her an age-appropriate sense of autonomy. If you give her an allowance but still tell her how to spend it, it won't feel like it's actually her money, eh? I think that the 14-year-old should be able to wear the clothes she buys with her own money regardless of what you or your mill thinks. Not the asshole. It's not grandma's job to dictate clothing decisions, it's yours. Mill gets no say. She's welcome to never return if she can't keep her mouth shut. And mama's boy is welcome to come to his own opinions when he's present. Not parrot his mom's when he wasn't even there. I think you handled it perfectly. You struck to the heart of the matter. Dookie stains, real or not, are gross. And kids are far more likely to listen to something that will cause ridicule than some literal grandma saying it's too short. Not the asshole. Mill and husband need to stay in their lane. Not the asshole. I'm 68, I remember many skirts from those days. Fashion trends come and go, and young people are the ones who keep things changing. Old fuddy-duddies like grandma should back off. And your husband should remember his marriage vows, which put his wife over his mother. Not the asshole. Nope. You pointed out a valid concern about the skirt that your daughter agreed with. I'm not a fan, and never have been, of shaming kids for wearing the trends their friends do, or for encouraging their own unique style. Honestly, I was not concerned until my husband came home, saying he agreed with his mother and he was not a fan of how I handled this. Not the asshole. Let me guess, another mama boy in the house. He didn't even witnessed anything, just fed by his mother and immediately running his mouth off. Don't let these people gaslight you into doubting yourself. Push back hard against your husband. He's the real R, even more than the mill and grandma. Ultimately, not the asshole. But you should apply your acceptance about the length of the skirt to the style. If your daughter thinks she looks cute, let her have her sense of identity. The way teens are now, this trend will be out of style by next month. Let her wear the poof skirt for now. She's exploring how to express herself through fashion, which is a beautiful thing. My parents let me do this as a kid and it's made me such a confident adult, even if my fashion choices were questionable at 13 and 14, lol. Nah, but it benefited me to be able to be myself with clothing choices when I was that age, and allowed me to be more comfortable with my own choices later in life, and I was dressing ugly for a good 2 or 3 years before I grew out of it. I'm talking Halloween cape and baggy goth clothes to Walmart and church and the beach all seasons. It wasn't pretty, but it was me at the time. I look back and cringe, but I don't think I'd change a thing knowing how difficult those years were for me. Clothes was one thing I had control over. Was it more don't wear that, it's ugly, or heads up, the way the skirt is dyed makes it look like you pooped yourself? If it's the former, you're the asshole. If it's the latter, not the asshole. I wouldn't hesitate to tell my 13-year-old if something she was wearing made it look like she had an accident, and she would do the same for me. If she still chose to wear it, then that's her choice. Side note. If the skirt is cute other than looking like she shit herself, you could potentially dye over it with a darker color like blue or purple or whatever. Then the cute little tie-dyed mini can be the cute little tie-dye mini and not the shit yourself skirt. Not the asshole. The fact that your husband and Mill are sexualizing a 14-year-old is the issue here. Do not allow it to happen in your home. Not the asshole at all, and good job for looking out for your daughter. When I was about the same age, maybe a little older, I was going to get my first two-piece swimsuit. I found a super cute one with big daisies on it. My mom had to very kindly tell me no way in hell, because, in her words, it looked like I was blooming. Yup, the top had 2 big daisies, one over each boob. It was a sports bra-like top. It was hilarious once I clicked to it, and so thankful she pointed it out and wouldn't let me get it. I'd have been flower tits girl. Mills are meddling CS. Tell her to stay out of your and your daughter's business. Telling your daughter what she can and cannot wear is your responsibility, not your Mill's. She should have kept her mouth shut. Not the asshole.